Track 3.4, Unit 3, Exercise 5. Listen to the podcast. For questions 1 to 6, choose the answer A, B, C or D, which fits best according to what you hear.
With me today is Sally Cahill, expert on false beliefs, and Paul Roberts, Professor of Political Science. So, Paul, let's start with you. You developed a website on false beliefs. Why did you do that?
Well, false beliefs are facts that people think are true but actually aren't. For example, it was once falsely claimed that former President Obama didn't have a U.S. birth certificate, and as a result his mother is still thought by some to have given birth to him outside the country, despite his birth certificate saying otherwise. While I was at university, one political campaign caused so much misinformation to go around that I launched my website to try to set the record straight. I didn't really get anywhere, though, because once false information is believed to be true, it sticks in people's minds. That's what my new book's about.
Sally, what do we know about false beliefs or misinformation?
There's a little research on it, but most of it has been done in artificial conditions rather than in the real world, which might be less effective. One good study suggests that our brain views different kinds of misinformation in two ways. If the truth is no threat to us, then we're happy to be corrected and take the correction on board. But if the truth poses a threat to us in some way, we turn a blind eye to it and hold on to the false belief, even if we're told the information's wrong soon after we hear it.
Well, that's interesting. So it's about how willing we are to accept the correction. Have there been any studies on it?
There was one done in Australia where the participants heard details of a crime or heroic event. They were given some wrong information which was quickly corrected. However, some participants still tried to give that incorrect information when reporting it later, despite giving the other facts correctly. Researchers concluded that it was the people's values that determined whether they did this, not their personality or any hidden political agenda.
So how should misinformation be corrected?
People need to concentrate on getting people to understand how their values can affect how they take in information. Clearly, the more willing they are to accept different people and ways of life, the more able they are to recognise false beliefs.
You know, apparently if you recall a time you felt good about yourself, it actually makes you more open-minded and therefore able to report information accurately. Of course, it's unrealistic for people to go around thinking about something positive before they read information, but it's an interesting idea and one we must focus on. Simply correcting information is definitely not the answer, and the theory suggests we should probably also avoid appealing to political ideas that reflect who we are.
So how exactly would this work in practice? Do you have any examples?
Well, there's the interesting case of raw milk. It's said that there are health benefits to drinking raw milk by some raw milk lovers, but health experts say it's 3 times more likely to cause medical problems if handled incorrectly. Now, if I were those experts, I wouldn't try to present the correct facts. I'd emphasize that we've drunk pasteurized milk for decades, and it's not been harmful to us or our children at all. That way we avoid any reference to self-identity.
Sally, is there anything else you think can help to stop false beliefs?
Yes, it's much harder to do when leading public figures without any expertise send out false messages. What you need is all the people with the right knowledge to agree on what the right information is. When this happens, the correct messages spread broadly without interference. However, this can be tricky now that social media makes it easy for anyone to be heard, knowledgeable or not. Members of different political parties, for example, like to have their say, but they don't always have the facts and rarely agree.